Everybody, this is Mr. Brooks. I am doing the Zoom for 11:10. So if you missed the Zoom or you want to go back and watch this for the notes, then I'm here for you. First of all, the announcements. The test is Friday. Let's do our best. Um, this virtual learning was thrust upon everybody, and it's crazy. Some of you guys are doing really well with it, and some of you guys are struggling, and that's perfectly normal. If you're struggling, please don't feel like you're alone. Um, but just a little pep talk. The learning is now on us. The learning is now on the students. And so, the teacher might have taken accountability for you elementary school, the teacher might have taken accountability for you middle school. Um, but when you take the ACT scores, that's you. And when you apply for JCTC and you take the Coyote test, and you have to get a score on the Coyote test math part, that's you. So, own your learning, try to do your best and take this time now. A lot of you guys are working hard, and when you work hard freshman year, it pays off senior year. Not a doubt about it. Okay. There are kids that are Zooming every day with me. There are kids who are asking questions and resubmitting assignments, and that's what you need to keep up with. All right. And if you don't get it, or if you feel like you're struggling, just know that's perfectly normal. If you reach out and you still don't feel like you get it, then we'll get you there when we get back into class. So we will take care of you, okay? But make sure you're doing things on your end, like emailing or Zooming with us in order to help yourself first, okay? There's been a lot of videos linked in the slides, week 10, week 11. Go back and watch all those videos. Read the slides every day, and go back and reread the slides at the end of the week, just to make sure. Email myself or Miss Dorsey to check in. Just email us to say hi. Just email us to say, hey, just making sure I've turned everything in. And get a math buddy. If you guys can find somebody else in the class that can do this with you, it's going to make it a lot better, even if you do it over Zoom. It's really easy to use. It really is. Okay, so what's on the test? You got to use the BLT. You got to tell me if it's a function from the map, table, or graph. You have to know the parent functions. You have to know how to find and write domain and range from a graph or table. You have to know how to find the value of a function from function notation in a table. There's 11 questions plus an open response. There has been some stuff we're doing, like with slope and with writing equations, that's not on the test. And the reason is there's going to be some overlap into this for understanding, and then it'll just allow us to jump right in the next unit because we are totally running out of time. There's only 30 days left. Okay, so this is what we did today. From the function, we need to know, is it a function? And does it pass the vertical line test? And this is, yes, it is a function. And the reason is it passes the vertical line test. And you need to know why it's a function. Okay, so the vertical line test basically tests is, does each input have a specific output? What's the domain? The domain is the x values, and it goes from here to here. So we say it goes from -6 to 7. Sorry, I was doing 8 for some reason. And we're going to write that in function notation. I'm sorry, in interval notation. So it'd be brackets because it touches both. And then you can also write it as x is greater than or equal to -6 and x is less than or equal to +7. Okay, so what's the range? The range is the y values. So it goes, let me change colors. There we go. It goes from here to here. And so the range goes from 3 to 8, and it includes those numbers. So it's brackets again. And this time, instead of saying x, it's the y values. and it would look like that. Okay. What is f at -2? So the function at -2 being the input. The input is x. So at -2, the function is at 3. So f of -2 equals 3. And what is f of 5? F of 5 is at 8. So this is 5, comma 8. 5 is the input, 8 is the output. And then where this says, where does the function, or what inputs of the function is the function equal to 5? So remember, where the function equals to is the output, and that is the range. So it'd be 5 right here. This is y equals 5. And the function is equal to 5 at -6, and it's also equal to 5 at -4, and it's also equal to 5 at what looks like -1/2, and it's also equal to 5 at 7. So remember, these are all inputs, and different inputs can map to the same output, but you can't have you can't have the same input mapped to 2 different outputs. Okay, so one more time. Here's our function right here. It's this little line that goes up. And look, there's an open dot right there, so that's going to change it. So is this a function? Yes, it passes the vertical line test. What is the domain? It's -15 to 3. But this time, 3 is an open circle. So it's not or equal to. So you can say -15, comma 3, parentheses. So notice one is a bracket, one is a parentheses. The range is from -28 to -4. And again, this is open. So -28 to -4, parentheses. All right, this is parentheses, and this is bracket. All right, what is f of -15? Here's -15, so down here is -28. And what is f of 3? Here's f of 3. And this open circle means it is not there, so this is undefined. Or no solution if you want to put that, but I think undefined is technically more correct. At where is the function equal to -24? So at -24, it's equal to -9. You're right, f of -9 equals -24. Okay. All right, on this one, it says Elaine has a business repairing computers. She charges a base of $30 for each visit. That's one part, and 35 per hour. So notice 35 per hour, that's like the rate at which the expense changes. So 35 is your slope and 30 is your y-intercept. That's saying that at 0 hours, you still pay $30. And so you pay $30 no matter what. So that's mx plus b. So at 0 hours, it costs $30. So you walk in the door and boom, $30 to fix this computer. And then this is going to go up by 1, and this is going to go up by the slope. So the slope is 35. And so this would be 65. And this would be, let's see, 60, this would be 100. And this would be 135. Okay, so the domain for this graph is you can think about it as 0, 1, 2, 3, or you can say x is bigger than or equal to 0 and bigger than or equal to 3. Or you can say it as 0 to 3. Okay. The range is the output, so the range is the cost. So the cost is between 30 and $135. Get an iPad so I can write on this with a pencil stencil. Okay, so to graph this, you'd go up to wherever $30 is. So $30, maybe it's right here, and that's where your point is, and then it goes up by a set amount each time. One, there it goes. And then, I mean, I guess technically it would end at 3, but you know, this might be like 1 hour, 65, and up here might be like 2 hours and 100. You know, but it's like we talked about in the one assignment, where in order to graph, you just put a plot on the y-axis and then you count up the slope. You would need to divide out all of these little units into things that are spaced appropriately. I think a lot of kids have trouble with that, and I would love to practice that in class, but we're not in class. So hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, let's go over here to classwork. For the week, there's the slope-intercept practice. This is parts A and B. So in this video, I'm sorry, in this assignment, there's a video. So watch the video for help. And then when you put in a slope, like if your slope is 2/3, 2/3, use the division so it look like that. And if it's negative, put your negative first. So it might look like that, okay? If it says what's the equation for, it needs to be y equals. So you're going to put a number in for M and a number in for B. All of your equations will have X and Y in it. Okay, last thing. The slope B, you need to print this document out. This is actually this. So you print this out. If you can't get it, let me know and I'll see if I can get you a copy by mail, or you can pick one up at the school. And the instructions for this and the help for this is in the video. If you need help, please Zoom me. Please ask Ms. Dorsey or myself to Zoom with you. We are here to help you. There is a rewriting equation. Oh, for turning stuff in. Okay, so for turning stuff in, I need you to take a picture of your work sample. Okay, so this is like one student right here. This is actually really good. Okay, so we did this on Cami, and you can see this is done in like print form. But then he showed his work, he showed his thinking. That's what I want. I want to see your thinking. All right. The other thing you can do is you don't have to do it on the same one on the same paper. You can just write it out. And I mean, honestly, as long as you're showing me your thinking on some of them, I'm good with it. Okay, so show me your work samples. All right, have a great day.